Well, praise God and welcome to Today on the Light. Jimmy here. Today we're going to be talking about hypocrisy and apostasy, using some insights from the book of Galatians, and dare I say maybe even something from the book of Mormon. We'll see how that goes. Okay? So, Galatians chapter 2. Okay. All right. Verse 13. Not 13. 9 through 16. Forgive me. Verse 9. Okay. We probably should start with verse 7 through 16, I think. Verse 9 through 16. Okay. And when James, Cephas, and John, who seemed to be pillars, perceived the grace that was given unto me, they gave to me and Barnabas the right hand of fellowship. Meaning, they were fellowshipped among the apostles. To me, though, the right hand, that means that they were also sustained as leaders. Only they would that we should remember the poor, the same which I also was forward to do. Verse 11. But when Peter was come to Antioch, I withstood him to the face, because he was to be blamed. Okay, verse 13. For before that certain came from James, he did eat with the Gentiles. But when they were come, he withdrew and separated himself, fearing those who were of the circumcision. And the other Jews dissembled likewise with him, insomuch that Barnabas also was carried away with such dissimulation, which means hypocrisy. Church warns against hypocrisy, and I believe in the same thing. Okay, and here's what Paul says. But when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, I said unto them, unto Peter, behold, before them all, if thou, being a Jew, livest after the manner of Gentiles, and not as do the Jews, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live as the Jews? We who are Jews by nature, and not sinners of the Gentiles, knowing this, that a man is not justified by the works of the law, and and this is what it says in Doctrine and Covenants, section 22, verse 2. Wherefore, although a man should be baptized 100 times, it availeth him nothing. For ye cannot come in at the strait gate by the law of Moses, neither by your dead works, but by faith of Jesus Christ. Even we have believed in Jesus Christ, that we might be justified by the faith of Christ. Okay, so you see you see what's going on here. And not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. That's a pretty awesome thing to think about. Okay, it is. But the Lord gives us this thing to warn against hypocrisy. And so many people think, well, the whole law of Moses was done away with. Not totally. The ones that Christ touched on and improved the higher law of Christ, those parts of the law of Moses are still in effect, but it doesn't mean that we're justified totally by the law of Moses. Now, I didn't think that I was going to go there, but for a few minutes, let me go there. 1 Nephi, chapter 8. And I'm doing a political podcast later on this morning, and in it, I'm going to be using this verse, these sets of verses here, and I might as well talk about it here because it's important. Okay. And many of you who are in the church, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Trying to figure out what's going on here. But this is kind of like hypocrisy and the ways of the world that people in the church can fall into. And this is important to look at. Let's see if I can find that particular verse. Okay. For some reason, anyway, those of you who read the Book of Mormon in the church, you know about this building, right? Because, see, here's the thing. Hypocrisy is a huge problem. Because here's the thing. We need to hold to the iron rod, which is the commandments of the Lord. Because they're some, and they look at the tree, and they partake of the fruit, and all of a sudden they're ashamed. And verse 26, and I also cast my eyes round about, and behold, on the other side of the river of water, a great and spacious building, and it stood as it were in the air, high above the earth. And there were people in that building, as you know, in verse 27, that were wagging their finger and mocking. And I have to be honest with you, that those voices are getting louder and louder. And that's why I warn against hypocrisy and apostasy. And it's easy to want to go there. It's easy to want to go there. I struggle at times. But the beauty is, we don't have to. We stay close to the iron rod. We stay close to the commandments. And there we go. We have it. The Lord has this for us. If we stay close to Him. Okay, because we can sit there and look at the ways of the world and think, oh, look what all they have. But are they happy? Are they happy? Whereas we people who are pressing forward to the iron rod, we can find happiness. But we gotta avoid hypocrisy, which is something that the world loves to use in the great and spacious building. And we have to avoid what's known as apostasy. And that's by just turning our eyes away from that great and spacious building. Okay? So now, I'm here in a little while, and I don't know when it's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and, I got a busy morning this morning. A lot going on. But I'm going to mention this because the call of the world is getting louder and louder, and we got to speak out about it. Now, with that, I hope you enjoy listening to Leon on the Light. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the Leon on the Light family. It's Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, remember who you are. Read your scriptures. And please, please, please preach the gospel. God bless every single one of you. Take care.